Hey everybody, it's Bronwyn from the Sentry box, and today I'll be talking about one of my favorite games, Agricola. How it works is you are a farmer and you start out with your little family and you send your workers out to go get resources or do different jobs like plowing the field or going fishing, stuff like that. You want to build a really well-rounded farm as well as making sure you feed your family. You have to feed your family every harvest. So it's 2 food per family member. So a lot of the time, most of what you're doing is just trying to get yourself to a place where you can support your family, and then points kind of come second. What's really great about the game is there's no wrong strategy. Obviously there's better strategies than others, but the order in which you do things doesn't really matter. Sometimes people go for more animals and eat those for food. Other people will try baked bread and go the agriculture route to be able to feed their family. At the end of the day, most of the farms kind of wind up being fairly similar, but it's been a very different journey to get there. There's lots of different things to do, so no matter what the other players do, it's never going to completely screw you over because you have a to-do list of 10 different things. So it's amazing how adaptable you have to be, and that's what I love about it. Once you've figured out the family version of the game, then you just flip the boards over and start playing with the extra cards, which are the occupations and the minor improvements. So you'll get 7 of each, and those open up a world of new games because you can combo them. And sometimes you have a great starting hand dealt out. Other times it's like, whoa, how can I make this work for myself? And that's one of the really great things about it, is it's such a challenging, and every game is different. The game can take anywhere from a half hour to about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. It really depends on how many players you're playing with and how experienced those players are. On average though, you're looking at about an hour and a half for a game, if everything goes pretty well. And oftentimes, at the end of the game, you really wish you had more time to get everything done. The game is for ages, 11 and up. They need to be able to have the patience to sit down for the length of the game and the mental capabilities to be able to be strategizing. And of course, there is the family version, which is a lot easier. The game is for 1 to 5 players, and we can't agree on how many players it's best with. Greg loves it with 2 players. He thinks it's perfect that way, just because it's a little faster and there's less things that the other person can do to mess you up. I personally love the 4-player game. There's the most amount of resources on the board, I find, and it allows me to be more efficient, which is really important in the game. So I feel like I can't do that in a 2-player game. The replay value on the game is really high just because there's so many different strategies you can be doing, especially when you're counting the occupations and the minor improvement cards. They really affect how your game is going to be played. Also, if you want to mix it up, there's a fairy tale deck and an alien deck that really make things wonky. They might be giving you an early baby, or they might be taking somebody away and freezing them. There are a couple cards that we take out just because they are too overpowered or really mess somebody's life up. But for the most part, the fairy tale deck really add a fun twist to the game, and it's full of hilarious puns. So that's been Agricola. Tell us what you like about the game and your favorite combo of occupations and minor improvements, and tell us what game you want to see us do next.